Good evening, I'm Marley Tuskus. We begin tonight at 6 with developing news. It's a sad day in Allentown. For the second time in 6 months, ash has been blanketed on the sidewalks of Allen Street after an early morning fire ripped through Mulligan's brick bar. The scene breaking out just feet away from where the old Pink once stood before it also was engulfed by flames. Our Dylan Morello joins us live outside the site with more details. Dylan, it appears as though it's very much active still.
Marley, the charred husk of Mulligan's brick bar, which dates back to 1897, still stands behind me. And as you can see by the police and also fire trucks, it is still very much an active scene as crews were battling the blaze well into earlier this morning. Now, officials tell us it is an active scene, and still they're trying to decide right now whether it will be a partial or full demolition once the investigation wraps up.
It's a terribly sad day, but I want to thank everyone involved for putting the fire out, securing the scene.
Officials tell us that the fire began just before 4 a.m., with Buffalo fire crews arriving shortly after a police officer noticed smoke coming from the three-story building.
They entered through the front, first floor front, and they were confronted with heavy smoke, heavy heat conditions.
The fire started on the first floor and quickly spread throughout the whole building, causing an estimated total of $1.5 million in damage and loss of contents of $600,000.
They made their initial push, but after a few minutes, it was determined that it was too dangerous to be in there, and there was a significant amount of fire in the rear of the building, which they couldn't reach.
Acting Buffalo Mayor Chris Scanlon says no one was in the building at the time of the fire, and there are no injuries to report. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, with help from the ATF. We asked the mayor if arson is to blame.
We're just sectioning off the neighborhood, making sure it's safe, but at this point, there's no reason to suspect anything like that.
The Allentown Association released a statement Sunday afternoon calling for preservation of Mulligan's.
It's a really beautiful old building. It's the last building on that block that's still original.
I walk past these buildings every day, getting either a cup of coffee or to my job, and it's very disheartening to see the neighborhood change in a physical form like this.
This is the second Allen Street fire in less than a year after the old Pink was destroyed back in June by a suspected arsonist, John Burns, who appeared in federal court Thursday and is still awaiting a trial date.
Brick Bar, I think, kind of absorbed the people who were going there a lot after the Pink burned down, and now to lose two of these huge institutions, it's very sad. I'm nervous to see what Allentown changes into it.
According to the city, Mulligan's is a privately owned building, meaning it's up to the owners, not the city, on if they want to demolish the building, while factoring in what is safe. Still, Buffalo Common Council member Mitch Nowakowski, whose district the building falls in, spoke on the bar's cultural significance.
Establishments that always stay the same even though the world changed. And memories that people have at the Brick Bar are elements of what makes Colonian.
We have reached out to a manager of Mulligan's for an update, but have yet to hear back. We, of course, will provide more updates as they come in. This is a developing story both on air and online, WIVB.com. Reporting live on Allen Street, Dylan Morello, News 4.